So after a week or a week and a half after, we are back in the business with the Mazda, which had the cylinder head issue, or sorry, the head gasket issue. So as you can see, the timing side of the things are clean as well. And now let me show you the cylinder head we just picked up yesterday from the machine shop. So Dan is already bringing it, which is here, and you can have a look at it, how clean it is. Obviously we'll turn it around and show you from the other side and explain what happened. So Dan fitted the cylinder head, and now let me show you where the problem was with the old one and different one. So basically that cylinder head came from Dubai or from UAE because we wanted to speed the things up, so we ordered one which should have been already refurbished. But the problem was when I was tightening down the head bolts, this head bolt hole had a crack, which I edited a picture of it. So here it had a crack. I messaged the seller and the seller said it is okay. The engineer checked it and they said it is okay. Well, we sent that head for pressure testing as well, and yes, the machine shop confirmed that it passed the pressure test, but still, for the money we asking for this job, we couldn't afford and we didn't want, and I guess the client wouldn't be either happy if we put on like a head with a crack on it. So what's gonna happen with that one? Obviously, we'll try to claim something back from the company we bought it from, and also we're going to send it to get it welded and then get it machined down to be like in a perfect condition. And also someone in the comment section mentioned that we should use like a new head bolts. We shouldn't reuse them. I said what I said because I mean Mazda manual says that if it doesn't exceed the 170 millimeter of the length of the thread, it could be reused. But yes, I mean we are using new bolts. Here they are, as you can see. So when we do the job, we use a new bolts, but in case you want to do the job for yourself, they could be reused. But yeah, we're using new bolts, all the parts, we're using new parts. So the same goes for the timing chain. Some companies or some garages, they fit the old timing chain, we don't. Also this one had a camshaft problem. We replaced the exhaust camshaft, because just right now we have one car here with very similar problem that had a head gasket done, but they put back the old camshaft. There will be a separate video of that one. So now I'm going to tighten down the head bolts again the second time, and then we will tell you about that little trick which is going to be happening down here, which also we were advised by Peter Kennedy, like how to do it and how he does it, because he does a lot more cylinder head gasket jobs than we do. Yeah, we met yet another inconvenience. So I was about to put back these rocker arms, and let me show you something. So when I was putting back the rocker arms and when I wanted to put on this spring or valve, it felt a little bit different or weird. And if you can see it, that cotter pin, like one half, is out. I don't know how you will be able to see it. Let me try to use a different zoom lens. So basically this one, that half is sticking out, so we need to fix that. And the problem is the head is already on. So we have two options. Either take everything back what we already just done and do it that way, or we find a way. So we need to pressurize that cylinder so that valve don't fall inside the cylinder, and then we need to correct that cotter pin, if it is called cotter pin, or that valve retainer or spring retainer. Yeah, so again, what we just said to each other with Dan, like we need to check everything. Like can't expect, like we can only guarantee what we've done, or like we know how we done the things or what we did. So again, even after the machine shop they done the job, we need to check it after them, because I mean it could have been avoided if we checked the head before. So yeah, measure twice, cut once, it applies here as well. So now we need to rectify that issue. So after 10-15 minutes we managed to put back that valve keeper. So basically we used the tool, so we used it as a leverage, so the two holders, a bar across it, and the thing which we can push down the valve spring with, like this one. And
we put PVC.
Obviously we put that piston into top, that center, so the valve won't fall in. And now I can finally fit the rocker arms. So guys, here is the tricky part with the oil pump timing chain. So as you can see, the sprocket is on, the chain is on, the guide is on, the tensioner is on. The two dots are matching the marked chain links, the Woodruff key is in place, but that bottom sprocket is still the old one which we are going to replace. And as you can see, we sticked a rubber hose in between this part of the engine block and the chain, and now I can pull out that pin from the tensioner. The reason for that, because once we fit everything back to the engine, we're going to lift it back to the car, and then we are going to remove the oil pan and take care of the rest of the parts, so the oil strainer and the oil pump sprocket, and fit the chain on. So now let me just pull out the pin, and as you can see, the tension doesn't go all the way out, as usually when it doesn't go anyways all the way out, but this one prevents it from the chain to make touch with that metal. So it will be easier to put on the chain with the sprocket on the oil pump. And we want to say a huge thank you to Peter Kennedy for this great tip. And now I'm going to fit the rest of the timing chain components to the engine, and then the valve cover. We're going to dress the engine up, so all the necessary parts, wiring loom, and then we are going to fit it into the car. We're not going to lift it into the car, but we're rather going to lower the car onto the engine and then connect the engine mounts. So the chain is on, the main chain elements are on, and then now is fitting the new exhaust pressure sensor. The remaining is the oil shower, and then the timing cover and the valve cover can go on. So the engine is put back together, dressed. Let me show you all around.
We replaced the vacuum pump.
Yeah.
It's got a new exhaust pressure sensor. Obviously we fitted a new timing chain. What else? Camshaft was replaced.
And we are going to do the oil strainer, new driving belt, obviously new coolant. Yeah, so the oil pan still has to come off, but that will be done once we fit back the engine to the car, which is the next step. So let us do that. Lower the whole car onto the engine. So the engine is back in place. Also the subframe is on. And then we are going to remove the oil pan and get the oil chain or oil timing chain sorted. So fit the oil timing chain, the sprocket, remove the oil pump first, obviously replace the strainer, and then we can put back the pan and seal it, and tomorrow we can start the car up. I have replaced the bearings on the con rods, and also, as you can see, I removed that rubber pipe, rubber hose from it, because I needed to turn the engine to bring down the first and the fourth piston for the con rod bearing replacement, and then is scraping off the old silicone sealant. We've got a good seal remover. So once we're done removing those silicone worms, we are going to spray it, and that should get rid of it, the still remaining silicone on the surface. So we're going to make the surface nice and shiny. The oil strainer is already replaced. The old one didn't look that bad, but anyways, if you are doing this job, we are replacing it. So once Dan's finished removing the silicone, we are going to fit the oil pump and then the oil pan, and that will be it for today. And also, as you can hear, it started heavily raining. We've got a leak as well. Then is tightening the last oil pan bolts. Then we put on the filter, and this will be it for today. Tomorrow we fill it up with fluids, check everything we've done properly, taking it for a test drive, monitor it, check it again, double check that everything is working fine, and then we can return it to the owner. I may include in some of other videos after a test drive if everything went okay, how was it. But I'm ending this video here. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon in the very next video. Take care and bye bye, guys.